Welcome to Storm and Chocolate. I'm Stormin Norman. Today is song number 30, Beach Scene, from the movie soundtrack of Thief by Tangerine Dream. Thief is one of those seminal movies that shaped my musical tastes. Others were Blade Runner with Vangelis and Risky Business, also by Tangerine Dream. There are movies with songs I love, like Streets of Fire, see song number 32, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Tommy, but I don't consider these soundtracks. For Thief, Blade Runner, and Risky Business, this is the incidental music, mostly when people are not talking. And for Thief and Risky Business, in particular, the music really supported the movies, elevating them by being an integral part. 1981's Thief starred James Caan, and that was the real reason I went to see it, being a lifelong fan of the actor after seeing his untimely death in The Godfather. He also starred in the sci-fi flick Thunderball, which led me to audition more Shostakovich. Thief also starred Robert Prosky as the bad guy, James Belushi in his first movie with a real character name, Dennis Farina as a bent cop, Willie Nelson as Caan's incarcerated mentor, and Tuesday Weld as Caan's love interest. The plot of the movie is basically a day in the life of Frank, a high-end thief who only steals rocks, diamonds, and isn't beholden to anyone. Two things change this. First, he meets Jessie, a waitress in a coffee shop where she catches Frank's eye, and he starts working on her to become the missing part of his life. Second, a mobster takes out Frank's fence and convinces him to come to work for him. Frank agrees, but only for 1 or 2 scores, which everyone agrees to until the monster goes back on his word. On the first job that Frank goes on, he uses a burning bar to open a safe where he cuts his own door into it. And as he steps back, we hear the opening notes of today's song, Beach Scene. Right at this part of the song, as the ramp-up ends, we transition from the location of the score to, what else? A beach scene, where Frank and his right-hand man, played by Belushi, are relaxing on some sandy beach after the job was finished. The soundtrack has both beach theme at 3 minutes 47 seconds and beach scene at 6 minutes 52. The former is a remix of the latter. The latter is what's used in the movie's beach scene, where Frank is relaxing at the score and where tinkling notes of the music starts, then a slow ramp up for rotating synth notes. Beach theme simply starts from the rotating synth notes rising in volume. And interestingly, at the transition point, beach theme has these descending bass drums which sound like this, whereas beach scene does not, and only sounds like this. I'm guessing that the drums were deemed unnecessary in the movie. Beach theme also starts up the lead synth 4 bars before beach scene does. Beach scene, outside of the intro and ramp up at the beginning, is mainly a repetition of a bed of synths playing a slow pattern, and a lead synth playing on top. After the transition, we establish the bed for about 30 seconds before the lead comes in. But now that I think about it, it could be Edgar playing a guitar as the lead, which is something he does occasionally. Later in the song, there are some notes that make me think that it might be difficult to get a keyboard to do, but might be in the wheelhouse of a guitar. So let's think of this as one of those special occasions where Edgar brings out the axe. If you're interested in reading ahead, one later one on this list where Edgar is playing guitar is Quixote Part 2 from Pergamon. And this one has an Easter egg I'll talk about when we get to that song. Thief was released in March of 1981, which means the Tangerine Dream lineup consisted of Edgar Froese, Christopher Frank, and Johannes Schmeling. The same group that did Force Majeure, Tangram, and Exit studio albums, and Wavelength and Risky Business soundtracks. To give credit where it's due, Klaus Kruger, who was a drummer with the band from 78 to 79, played on the track Igneous. Finally, Thief was Michael Mann's feature-length debut as director. He also wrote the screenplay and acted as executive producer. He'd worked in television on mostly cop investigative shows like Starsky and Hutch and Vegas with a $sign. After Thief, he did the movie Manhunter, the first movie about Hannibal Lecter, if I remember correctly, and produced the TV series Miami Vice. Then he did Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, Collateral with Tom Cruise and Best Supporting Actor Jamie Foxx, and recently Ford v Ferrari with Christian Bale as Ken Miles and Matt Damon as Carroll Shelby. He's directed and/or written and/or produced some 19 movies through 2023's Ferrari and some 14 TV series. Personally, I think Thief was an exemplary start and showcased his skills in storytelling and direction. So that's it for Beach Scene, from Michael Mann's Thief soundtrack by Tangerine Dream. Next time, John Evangelis will take us to the State of Independence, along with all of the friends of Mr. Cairo. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.